What's up, my friends? Welcome to the channel, and today there is no reaction video. I just want to tell you one thing that I forgot in the last video. I love all of you, and that's it. Well, this will be a short video if I end there, so I guess we do a reaction. Today I'll be reacting to 5 lies Brits in America, also Europeans, tell themselves. My friends, I really wonder what those are, but before I go into that, let me ask you for one thing. If you can leave a like, thank you so much. Is the best way to show support. Now, if you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Link for the original video in my description, and let's play it.
While the thought of Lawrence owning his own swimming pool surrounded by banks of palm trees, I don't. Mine is surrounded by a car park.
Wait, but there is a pool? Man, he's living well.
Hello, I'm Lawrence, and I'm on a quest to uncover
Lawrence.
all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to perception. Before I left Britain more than 11 years ago, there were mountains of ways that I perceived, dare I say, misperceived America.
Well, wait. We have to run that part back. My friends, why are we going to run that part back? Because we speak American. And when I say we, I speak Russian American, like you guys tend to say, but we speak American, not English. I believe you end up speaking English right there.
Ago, there were mountains of ways that I perceived, dare I say, misperceived America.
Misperceive. No, that's English, not American. Beautiful words.
In the ensuing years, I've continued to be happily surprised by life in the brave new world, but there was a time shortly before moving here that I filled my head with lies.
Like
Mark Twain once wrote, and it's a view that I share, that travel is fatal to narrow-mindedness. Upon leaving our own nation for another, we should not only prepare to respect that nation's culture, but to a large extent immerse ourselves in it. That said,
well, friends, I actually agree with this a lot. I'm not even in America, but I already love America so much. Look, real talk, can I get a like for America? Of course I can.
There comes a point, usually early on in the move, when this admirable sense of flexibility gives way, if only somewhat, to one particularly stoic conviction that I, the traveller in question, won't be changed. This internal conflict manifests itself rather heavily in the minds of a Brit upon his or her relocation to the US. I can say this unequivocally, of course, as one who has undertaken such a journey. We remain so steadfast in our defense of Britain, its food, its customs, its vernacular, that Americans may occasionally detect a level of resentment that isn't fully there. We don't mean anything by it. Moaning is honestly just a British pastime of which even the most optimistic Brit is occasionally guilty. Instead,
my friends, you guys, okay, maybe this is actually more about British people than European people, but you guys think British still, have, hate is not the correct word, but is the only one I can think now. But they still, maybe there is some type of Americans and British, they are still maybe rivals, because they kind of should be brothers, if this makes sense, But, I wonder.
It's honestly just a British pastime of which even the most optimistic Brit is occasionally guilty. Instead of facing up to reality and accepting that a place has more chance of changing you than you it, we tell ourselves little white lies designed, of course, to prevent this new place from leaving blemishes on our otherwise flawless faces.
Okay.
Some of us, that is. And so, without further ado, here are 5 such lies.
Okay, tell me them.
Most of us are...
Wait, sorry?
Here are 5 such lies.
Stuff's better in Britain. No chance.
Most of us are familiar with the phrase, home is where the heart is, because Britain informed much of who we are, what we believe, and, most importantly, what we eat. Nothing in America can quite hold a candle to its British equivalent. That's what we think.
Actually, let's think about it. Is life better in the UK? Let's compare food. Americans eat brisket, they eat beans on toast. So, okay, let's skip the part of the food. There is no competition. Let's all be realistic here. In terms of natural beauty, it's a bit unfair because America is quite bigger and America overall wins this one. Even though the UK is a beautiful place, we cannot compare. So, next one. So, in terms of food, they are down. In terms of natural beauty, they are down. In terms of economy, let's not even talk about that. They are also down. In terms of military power, they are also down. And the most important one, in terms of peanut butter quality, my friends, Skippy. I love Skippy. They are down also.
You take a bite of Hershey's and proclaim, "This tastes like cardboard, give me Cadbury fruit and nut." You drink iced tea and wonder immediately what became of your decision-making skills. You look at your decision-making skills and then determine that they were better before you got to Heathrow Airport. Actually, you determined that everything was better in the UK, except, of course, this isn't true. You just think it is because until this point you'd never known anything else, and because when all is said and done, we are the narrow-minded people that Mark Twain was referring to. And sometimes, in the case of the Hershey's-Cadbury debate, we're simply just correct. Just kidding, I actually love Hershey's, but that's another story for another video. Here's point number 2.
Okay, but actually Hershey's, even though it's really good, I also tried Hershey's here on the channel, but it's not better than Milka. It's basically the most popular chocolate we have here. My friends here, Europeans win. I'm gonna be real. Maybe the only thing, but yeah, we win on that one. Sorry, it is what it is. My accent. Well, in this case, since my accent is all over the place, I'm a Portuguese guy speaking like a Russian. I don't relate with this one.
The second lie is perhaps the biggest of them all. Brits adopt this high and mighty attitude upon receiving oft-repeated comments such as, "Wow, which part of Australia is that accent from?" or "You sound so intelligent." But
my friends, okay, here, I have to be totally honest. One of the things that makes me nervous about going to America, I know you guys understand me, but I also know some people struggle with my accent. What if I go to a place and the person does not understand what I'm saying? Can this be a possibility? Look, in Texas, I feel like I will be fine. Because if I say, please, I would love a coffee. If they don't understand what I said, I'm going to say, mi hermano, quiero un café, por favor. Because I know Spanish. Most people there understand Spanish, right? But in New York, I'm done.
Perceived offence at these sentiments belies one very particular human need, being the centre of attention. Even the most introverted among us like to feel the warm sensation that comes with being noticed. Deep down, when you, the American, become the 8th person in a week to ask us, "How do you pronounce water?" our ice-cold retort is often a British way of saying, "Thanks."
I won't be... Wait, let's see it again.
Often a British way of saying, "Thanks."
I won't be Americanized. Let's think about this one. Well, I feel like I will not be Americanized, my friends. This one I don't have to worry about. I really don't have to worry about. Let's continue with this.
Becoming Americanized, at least in the eyes of those Brits you left behind, is somehow the ultimate sin. Once you move away, don't start talking like a Yank, joked approximately all of my friends before I'd even packed my first suitcase. Always remember that it's football, not soccer. The problem,
Nice
if you
joke.
can call it a problem, is that not
It's actually, it's football, not soccer.
only do we British inherit various Americanisms, but the process of doing so is utterly unavoidable. Picture, if you will, the confusion that would arise if I always refer to soccer, a term actually coined in England, as football.
That's a crazy thing. Europeans are the ones that created the word soccer. Man, we cannot trust Europeans, I'm telling you. Those guys.
When in the company of Americans, especially in light of the popular US sport of the same name. Of course, such broad modification to our vernacular could have interesting consequences if the next entry ever ceased to be a lie.
What? I will move back to... No, America got you. Wait, what if this happens to me, actually? What if I go to Texas and I fell in love with Texas? Well, the thing is, my friends, maybe this is a lie, but even though I love America, and now I'm being quite serious, I love Portugal, I love living here. It's where my family is, so for me that's everything. But I cannot wait to visit America. Don't get it twisted.
Fourth lie is one very dear to my heart, mainly because my move from Britain to America, now going strong at 11 years, was meant to last just one. I'd moved here as an affordable alternative to recession-era London. and because my wife was a US citizen. The agreement had been that we'd camp out in recession-era Anderson, Indiana, population 56,000, and wait for all of this to blow over. In the words of American cartoonist Alan Saunders, life is what happens while you're busy making other plans.
My friends envy me. I don't get that one.
Somewhere behind that otherwise modest and humble countenance of ours, we develop a narrative that contains the following delusional subplot.
What?
My friends back home are secretly jealous of me because I live where all the best movies are filmed. The truth is, people are rightly so caught up in their own lives that even the merest consideration of mine would be a stretch.
Oh, no, but this is totally... No, now I'm being serious again. This is totally correct, you know. Look... if you really, at least this is my experience, people really don't care about you. In the sense that if you are afraid of trying something because you may question, oh, what other people would say about me. That's them, my friend. With all the respect, that's them. People are too busy, you know. Most people are too, and the ones that are not that busy probably will forget about you also fast. But yeah, no, do it, my friends.
While the thought of Lawrence owning his own swimming pool surrounded by banks of palm trees, I don't, mine is surrounded by a car park, sounds glamorous, it is not in any way a true depiction.
Wait, but Lawrence really owns a pool? That's crazy.
Of America.
I mean, crazy in a good way, good for him, but wow.
In life, feel free to binge watch all of my videos for more details. Thankfully, deep down, I think most of my British friends are more than aware of this fact. That's it for this episode. Please...
My friends, he's going to say follow him on social media, but please can you follow me? Look, I have a Twitter account, X, whatever is the name nowadays, a Twitch account, never did a live stream there. But I may do it one day. An Instagram account, a Facebook account, and that's it. And a YouTube account, but I assume all of you guys already subscribed. So please follow me there, my friends, link below, and show a lot of support to Lawrence because he's an amazing guy.
Click the subscribe button to ensure that my videos don't get lost in the pond. A big shout out to all my patrons who make this channel possible. Without you, none of it would be, from the research, the technical equipment, and the origins of what you thought was a John Lennon quote. If you would like to become a patron of the channel, you can do so at patreon.com/lostinthepond. All patrons will have access to my secret live stream, and those of you pledging $5 or more a month will get that, plus my secret podcast and more. Until next time, whether you're a Brit in America, the other way around, or neither, have yourself a very brilliant day.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Thank you for watching.
My friends, this was awesome. I really ended up enjoying this video. I always enjoy Lost in the Pond videos because it's a good way to become a bit closer to my trip to America. I mean, I really cannot wait. Is the only thing I can say. And yes, I have been Americanized. Let's all be real. You guys can tell my background. Most of the things are American. So yeah, thank you so much. See you guys in the next one. Bye, my friends.